Hey, you've made it to the Spaceboy Universe YouTube channel. Well, while you're here, why don't you click that subscribe button and then click the bell to get notified when new content is available. It's that simple. So it's your duty as a space cadet to do so.
32 minutes, 21 seconds. 5-second tone followed by a 1-second pause.
You are listening to Spaceboy Universe.
Okay, gang, let's go.
From the space city called Houston, Texas, welcome to Spaceboy Universe, featuring Spaceboy and the lovely Surlana. So strap in and prepare for launch sequence.
Greetings and salutations. I'm Spaceboy, and across from me is the lovely Surlana, and this is a little show we like to do called Spaceboy Universe. It is May the 9th, and we're going to be doing kind of like just a general topic, a show about nothing but something. We'll figure it out as we go. As always, follow us on Twitter. That's at the SBU Universe. Follow Surlana at Surlana. Follow me, Spaceboy at Spaceboy Music. Make sure to hashtag your tweets tonight with the hashtag SB Universe and hashtag Space Cadets. In addition to Twitter, you can find us all over social media. Just search for Spaceboy Universe. Space Cadets, you'll want to check out the YouTube channel because that's where it's happening. Yes, that's where we're doing it this days, low and cheap before YouTube shuts us down. But that's another story for all together. And but we do more than the archive of shows there. There is video content from Spaceboy Music, video interviews from 2-bit gamers and all that good stuff. So tune into the channel, subscribe, and click that bell to be notified when new content is available. Can't catch a show live? No problemo. Take SBU on the go with you via, I guess it's YouTube these days, and SoundCloud. I guess those are the two things that... Here, let me boost your... There you go. You should be able to...
I've lost touch with where we are.
Yeah, I know. I've kept it together by baling wire and duct tape lately. That's the whole spiel there, ladies and gentlemen. The show tonight is kind of like a traditional, what we call topic roulette, where we spin the wheel and where it lands nobody knows, but Spaceboy and Surlana does. And I just want to...
I'm moving my mic. I'm sorry if that sounds weird.
I want to give a few shouts out to some of our hardcore Space Cadets, Bev, Bob. Welcome to the show. Of course, K28, not to be forgotten. Welcome to the show. And whoever else shows up in there, welcome to the show. It doesn't matter. We're just going to do this show and let you enjoy it, and because we know that you do enjoy it.
So where have we been? We kept saying we're going to be on, but you know that old saying, April showers bring May flowers. Well, we've had property-damaging thunderstorms for pretty much the whole month of April. So every time one of these would blow through, it'd come through on a weekend, and we'd just be laid out for headaches.
Mm-hmm. Aches and pains.
Yeah. And it was just like, I just don't feel good. So this is the first Saturday where it's not pouring down rain and hail and, thunder. And we feel okay, so... Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it's not like you've been missing anything, so...
I wouldn't say I'm missing it, Bob.
So that's where... Well, we haven't been on, but there's... Just to keep you updated, so while we were gone, since the last time we were here on air, live, Harris County, where we live, where Houston is, put out this on April 27th. They said, okay, mandatory masks in public, anywhere in public, and if you're caught without one, you're going to be fined, I don't know, like $1,000 or serve some time in jail. And I'm like, can they even do that? Well, the next day, April 28th, the governor of Texas went, that's unconstitutional. You can't do that.
He wheeled out in his wheelchair, and he said, nope, that ain't going to happen. So
they put a stop to that. They said individual businesses can make that decision if they want people to come in with masks or not. But just to go outside your house on a mask is not, you're not going to be fined. You're not going to be thrown in jail, so.
Yeah, our mayor, Sylvester Turner, wasn't too pleased with the governor, I guess, telling him what to do.
Well, there are two different political parties, too, so that might be something to do with it. But
Probably.
I've never been happy about our mayor, so I'll just leave it at that. He should not have been elected. But anyway, I have been very impressed.
Tell us how you really feel, Surlana.
I have been very impressed with the governor. I've been very impressed with old, Dan Crenshaw.
Dan Crenshaw, yes.
Spitting the truth. Might even buy his book and read it. He's kept his composure against these idiots like Bill Maher, and just fighting lies with logic and truth. So, in a very adult, mature, calm way.
Just a little funny note on this. Remember how I was like, I'm not going to vote for Dan because of all the junk mail we were getting?
Yeah, well, he was campaigning pretty hard through the mail.
Campaigning hard is not to say it lightly. I'd open up the mailbox.
He's everywhere.
I'd open up the mailbox, and you know how they, comedy, they show like tons of mail just kind of coming out. Yeah, so, it is what it is.
Well, sort of a flimsy reason to not want to vote for someone, but
true. But
turns out he knows what he's doing. So Cruz has been okay too. I think things have gotten better for him since he grew that goatee beard thing. So
I think the alternative universe.
He's a mirror version. Yeah,
he's the mirror version.
I think that he boosted his confidence when he got all that hair, and it keeps his weak chin from being seen, so I think that helped him a lot.
Like me?
Well, I think even if you wanted to go back to no facial hair, you're just so overloaded with manliness. It just you'd be shaving every 30 minutes,
You say that, and the next thing you say, yeah, I'll probably see you on Catch a Predator. Because you just don't look right shaven without any facial hair.
Bless your heart. I have seen that. I remember there's been like 2 or 3 times since we've known each other where you've said you're going to reboot your face. And I'm not sure why you do that, but it's like you just want to just start over, even though it's going to be the same hair that comes back, right? So, but whatever, at least it's quick, a process, so.
I think you're just intimidated by my boyish looks when I shave.
Well, I've noticed you've stuck with the full connected beard for about 2 years now.
It hasn't been 2 years.
Has it been 2 years?
No.
It's
about
but
6
you
months.
said this is the longest you've let it go, in length.
Not quite ZZ Top level yet, but I'm getting close to that point.
My only issue with that is when you've been drinking something or you just get out of the shower because it just absorbs liquids, and you try to come and hug me and put your wet face on me. That's a big turn off. I'm like, please get away from me. You dry out, but so we've been only to 2 places in the last 2 months: Walmart and HEB. That's it. I went to the gas station for the first time earlier this month, and it had been 2 months since I filled up. So I got 2 months to the gallon.
I got to start up my car just to let it run a little bit.
Just to let it run. But there are plans in place at my workplace to phase people back onto campus. So I could be going back next month or in July. I don't know.
Same here. I know that my job extended it to the end of May. So and to go from there. But I don't look at myself as an essential.
I don't either.
But
if they ever figure out how non-essential I am, I'm in trouble.
But I think that after hearing a report on the news that they're saying that people that are working from home, their production has gone down,
Not me.
and so that might play into.
Well, they are obviously don't have an administration that requires you to keep an hourly work journal of what you're doing for each work day.
But no, as I explained it to you, we use a software that tracks our time for the tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, your IT support. Mine is you can't really prove anything with the things I do. How long it took or when I did it. Well, you could, but they're not. I don't think they're savvy enough to figure that out. But I pretty much am doing what I say I'm doing. I just don't know how long it's taking me. I'm not timing how long it's taking me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that when I'm at work. Although when I'm at work, when I've been since 2012, I have kept a monthly journal of tasks, like bullet points of that, because it helps when the annual review comes around, because you have to self-appraise yourself about what you did and what you done and anything you accomplished. I keep that, that semester-long journal because I won't remember what I do. Even if it was something awesome, I won't remember it. But so I've just never had to do it day by day, hour by hour. So thank goodness for Zoom meetings, Zoom work meetings. However long they happen, they go for an hour. I don't care. That's what I'm putting down in my journal. But so we've had some stuff go on locally like that. You're supposed to wear a mask. No, you don't have to wear a mask. And then I'm sure the whole country has heard about the salon owner in Dallas, up there in Dallas, where it's like, I'm reopening my salon. I've got to put food on the table. And my employees have got to put food on the table. And they threw her in jail. Mm-hmm. And then again, our Governor Abbott, said, you can't do that. That's wrong. Get that woman out. He got her out of jail.
Right.
So, and I thought we were sensible here in Texas. I didn't think we were like crazy Nazis, with going overboard with this stuff. I mean, I just don't know if the media has like hyped up all the fear of the crisis, let's just put it that way, because I can't say it.
The beer bug?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And people are like overzealous, like, oh, you're going to kill us all because you went outside, yeah. I think I'm the only person, I don't know, in this country that is totally fine working from home, going to two places. If I don't even want to go to those two places. I was telling you today, it gives me so much anxiety. I didn't know whether to have a fall on the floor, crying, hysterical, nervous breakdown in the grocery store, or to just make some fists and start swinging, just start hitting people. I didn't know which one I wanted to do more. But I cannot handle being out grocery shopping in Walmart or HEB under normal circumstances because of my issue with people and my anxiety. And we can't do curbside and we can't do delivery during this time because they don't have the stock to do that, and they don't have the human power for people to pull orders and deliver right now. So I'm being forced to physically go do this, and the reason I love delivery is like it completely eliminates the need for me to get so freaking worked up, about it. So that's the one thing I've absolutely hated. If I just had to stay in 100% of the time, I would be fine because I don't need other people. I just don't. But
she does need you, Space Cadets, so always remind her that you love her.
Well, yeah, because the Space Cadets are at home in their own home behind their computers. But yeah, so what else has been changed and going on since this happened? So unfortunately, this all kicked off late February, got ramped up in March, and it's slowly coming down in April, but it has affected graduations. University graduations and high school graduations can't physically have a ceremony. Not everybody, though. My best friend's son is 18. He just turned 18 last year, and he is graduating from high school, and he wasn't going to graduate in a ceremony, and it was a big deal for her. It's a big deal for him. See, I don't have kids. I don't get it. I've graduated twice in ceremonies I didn't even want to go to, my high school and my college. I didn't want to go to them, but I couldn't get out of it. They wouldn't give me my friggin' diploma. So I don't see what the big deal is personally, but I understand that it is a big deal to families and parents. But fortunately, they found a place for them to do this by limiting the number of people who can attend, I guess, so they can space them out, you know, inside the whatever building they're going to be in, and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But people are having to, you know, miss their own big moment. For a lot of kids, this is a passage of your life. It's gone forever, you know, and you don't have the walk across the stage or anything. So you're about to hit a new phase of your life. So I guess I see how that could be very upsetting, and you feel like you got robbed by that. So, but yeah. And the other thing, K28 I think wants me to address. I did have a birthday last month, and I only requested one gift, and you got it for me. And it was yet another chicken purse. So now I have 3. You know, I have them in 3 different colors now. The new one's supposed to be what you call a Rhode Island red in.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like a muddy orange. But I don't care because it's a new one. And I've become obsessed with, and I'm using it. I'm already, I put my stuff in and I'm using it. But when I come home, I group them together like they're in some kind of weird chicken cult, chicken purse cult. And I take photos of them. I try to fiddle with the lighting to get the perfect photo. And Lori, one of our space cadets, sent me these socks that have chicken legs on them. Of course, I can't wear them because they're so skinny. But so what I did is I set my dark chicken purse on top of the sock, so it looks like the legs are coming out of the purse. I'm a little too obsessed with it. But the nice thing about it is Spaceboy, as my husband, doesn't care, and it doesn't bother him. I guess as long as I'm happy, he doesn't mind anything. And I did buy myself I bought myself some expensive perfume in a little trial size. So those were my 2 indulgences, and that was nice. And I've been going around, smell me, smell me, smell me. And having a good time with that. And I could tell you want to talk about something here.
In just a second here, but I'm just letting you.
I'm trying to do all the lockdown stuff. So, so the movie industry is changing because of this.
Mm-hmm.
People are getting sick and fed up with Hollywood and celebrities and how they've been acting, during this time. But even when they reopen everything, I kind of have to wonder, are things ever going to be the same again for going physically to see a movie at a movie theater? Because I didn't think they were doing that great to begin with. So you can now have live watch parties online with your friends and family, and you can host a movie night while staying in your own homes. So how you do this is, well, first things first, Netflix has an app that you can download, and it's a browser add-on through Google Chrome only. Sorry, Spaceboy, I know you hate Google Chrome. But it's called Netflix Party. So if you have Google Chrome, you use Google Chrome, and you go to Google Chrome store, and you download the extension for Netflix, and then you do have to already have a Netflix subscription, and your friends and family have to have their own Netflix subscription. And but you open up Netflix and start playing a video while this extension is loaded into your browser. The party extension icon next to your address bar should change from gray to red, and you click on it, and it'll pop up instructing you to create a Netflix party, and you can give yourself control of playback, or let everybody control the playback so they could pause. Everybody could do anything, and you click start the party, and then it'll generate a URL, and you send that out, the URL, to your friends, and you can change your nickname. There's a live chat in there that happens next to the where the movie's playing. So, I think that's what it says. Automatic, maybe I'm looking at something else. Anyway, that might be something fun for us to do if anybody else is interested.
Watch a movie with the SBU.
There's another service called MetaStream, META Stream. Allows you to chat watching videos on a range of platforms, including Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, Twitch, and Crunchyroll. But MetaStream will open Netflix in another window. It's still in beta. There's some kinks. It's an extension for Firefox and Chrome. So there's another one called Scener, which is SCENER. Lets you video chat with your friends while streaming Netflix, only Netflix. And it's another Google Chrome extension. There's another one called 27, TWOSEVEN. So it's spelled out the word 27. Has a video chat feature, supports Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, HBO Now, YouTube, and Vimeo. If you pay for a subscription fee, you can also do Hulu and Disney Plus with it. And that one you can do a $5 to $20 a month. Right now they're doing a $3 a month. It's another extension for Firefox or Chrome. And I found this on TheVerge.com. Or if you just want to type in host movie party, and you'll probably come up with some suggestions there. So one other thing it's talking about movies is the Alamo Draft House that we used to love to go to launches its own video on demand service. So it brings that feeling of independent movie rentals to your house, curated by Alamo Draft House employees, and how it will have a library of films for you to rent and purchase, and to champion and innovate exciting films beyond the only 41 locations that exist. There's only 41 locations of Alamo Draft House, probably less now, but they're hoping that this will help enhance their brand so they can stay open, but they are going to have tentpole releases coming to their theaters if their theaters ever open up, which they are currently scheduled to try to open in July. In-theater marketing with rental video packages of a director's past film, for example, or a collection of films that specifically influenced an upcoming major movie release. So I think that's kind of interesting. I would be interested to see what Alamo Draft has to offer. And then I have one bit of news for you, Spaceboy, because you and I love Community, the NBC show that could. Community's cast is reuniting for a virtual table read to benefit the beer bug relief. And that will air on YouTube May 18th. And it's going to have... apparently Community has their own channel on YouTube, which I didn't know. And it's going to be Donald Glover, Joel McHale, Gillian Jacobs, Danny Pudi, Yvette Nicole Brown, Allison Brie, Jim Rash, and Ken Jeong. As well as Dan Harmon will participate in a table read, and the episode will be called Cooperative Polyography. Yeah. And it's going to live stream to raise money for the Jose Andreas World Kitchen and Frontline Foods. And so it's sort of a charity thing, and it's gonna... NBC's aired their half-hour scripted special as Parks and Recreation as a charity thing. They did that on April 30th, so this is just sort of like in line with that. So I think that's cool. Just have to remember to check that out.
Sounds cool. All right, we're going to take our break for the show, so stand by as we roll this.
You are listening to Spaceboy Universe on the SBU network.
Explore the universe with Spaceboy and Surlana.
This is author Gordon Root. You are listening to the Spaceboy Universe.
This is K28, and I'm listening to Spaceboy Universe.
Hi, y'all. This is Lori calling from Texas, and I love listening to Spaceboy Universe.
Hey, this is Dave Cruz, host of Beyond the Strange, and you're listening to Spaceboy Universe.
This is Wendy. I'm listening to Spaceboy Universe.
Hey, y'all. This is Lorelai DeLille. I listen to Spaceboy Universe. Don't you? Tell your mom and them I said hi.
You are listening to Spaceboy Universe. Here are your hosts, Spaceboy and Surlana.
Yeah, that stuff never gets old. All right, we're back, and I love how it seems like we're getting the apocalypse of plagues this year. And one thing that has popped up on probably just about everybody's radar, can you guess where I'm going with this, Surlana? I kind of got a preview of this last segment here before you went into,
I'm trying not to think about it. Like, we don't have enough problems,
let's see. Let me get it to it. All right. So there it is. Mr. Ugly himself. Murder hornets are apparently these Japanese or Asian, I guess hornets have invaded the United States. On one end, I've heard that it is not as bad as people are saying it is, but on the other hand, when you look at these damn things, you can't help but notice, like, the worst imaginable thing.
I find all wasps and hornets to be upsetting to look at.
What bothers me is its third eye. I did watch a video the other day about a mantis and one of these hornets having a free-for-all attack, and the mantis won, and it was pretty disgusting because it showed the mantis like munching down on part of its head, and just with those mantis arms, it's hard to get away from them, So I think they met up on Tinder, and mantis, But yeah, so pretty disgusting. These things are, they'd fit into the palm of your hand. I mean, they're sizable, and
that's terrifying.
Yeah, it is terrifying. And so
I clearly remember, this must have been the 80s, early 80s. But I clearly remember as a kid, all like throughout the whole decade. Remember them talking about the killer bees are coming. They're coming, they're coming, they're coming. And they'll be in Texas by the year, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? They were right.
Yeah, you find them here, but you definitely find them like in New Mexico. And,
yeah, they're way south, though. They're way south in Texas. I just try not to think about it.
Well, it's a good thing. Just don't think about it, but be alert.
What were you telling me about drive-in movie theaters?
That it looks like there might be a comeback for those, because social distancing from people. Although some people, I don't think, are getting the message. They still get close to you.
I know. Just if I don't know you, if I don't know your name, get away from me.
She does it to me, and she knows who I am.
Well, Tribeca. I'm sorry, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, you probably might notice Surlana snacking over there, but
he's going to take me somewhere after. He's going to let me go get some food. So Tribeca is partnering with your friend and mine, AT&T, and IMAX to launch a summer movie drive-in series. But I think this is like a one-off thing. I don't think it's going to be going on forever. So, since now that the theaters are closed, drive-ins are seeing resurgence. I'm like, what drive-ins? Where are they? They're seeing a resurge in the wake of the social distancing. So these corporate entities are partnering to bring together a summer movie series to as many drive-in theaters. So this is for existing drive-in theaters. So dust off your Google and look for a drive-in theater somewhere. And it'll be a curated selection of movies that are new and old, along with music and sporting events. It will start June 25th, and then you'll have to go find what the specific dates and cities are for whatever films. It's not available yet, but in the coming weeks, that information will be released. So IMAX will they'll use IMAX's technology, right, for digital remastering, to enhance image and sound for the films. These drive-in theaters, they don't have like probably the best equipment for this type of quality of movie, but excuse me. They're going to work with local vendors and to support small businesses, which is your local drive-in movie theater.
Yeah.
They're going to have big focus on local communities, and want it to feel unique for each area. And they're hoping that people's pent-up demand to get out of the house will provide them something to do.
Have you ever gone to the movie drive-ins? Or drive-in?
No. Growing up in my hometown of Shreveport, Louisiana, there was one right smack dab in the center, kind of Shreveport, but it was just closed. You could see it. It was like fully there and intact, but my whole life it had been closed. And then I think they finally just plowed it. It was near the airport.
I remember the last drive-in movie I went to go see. It was a double feature. It was King Kong, and then the second feature was Buck Rogers in the 25th Century.
So how does it work? Do they say you have to turn your engine off?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And well, then they had a little speaker you could put in your car. You know.
Now it's probably FM radio.
I think it's FM radio.
They probably have an app now.
Mm-hmm. Something like that. So.
Imagine if they had an app, you plug that in if you have the ability, like we do with our stereos, you plug it into your car radio and you can hear it over your speakers.
What was really cool is back in the, early, I think it was early 90s here in Houston, if you were going 45 north towards Beltway 8, off to the left, right before Beltway 8, they had a drive-in, a multiplex drive-in. And depending on what time of the day it was, you could be driving and you could see movies that were playing out there. It was kind of cool.
Well, the few trips that I would make down here and back from home, or from here to home, going up 59, going north, you could see one from I-59 somewhere here in South Texas. You could see it from the highway.
Right.
But I don't know if that was defunct or what, because during the day when you drive by, there was nothing going on. So
right.
There was one somewhere. So I might Google that real quick.
Closest drive-in.
Drive-in.
Now, if you combine that with one of the Louisiana's gifts to humanity, the drive-in beverage barn.
Texas does have those. They're usually outside of like major city limits.
When I was a young teenager, I worked at a beverage barn where people would drive through and get their refreshments.
Here's a list of ones that are in Texas. The 10 Texas drive-in theaters you need to visit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where Granbury, Texas is. Hockley, Texas. Abilene, Texas. Garrett Ennis has a drive-in. San Antonio has Mission Marquee Plaza, which looks like the Alamo to me. Fort Worth has one. Gatesville, Texas has one. Lubbock and New Braunfels share one. There's one in Midland. That's a cool picture. Apparently there's a Mercedes, Texas, and they have one. And that's all they really said. But those are the top 10. There's probably more. Those are just probably the ones they really wanted to promote. But let's see. Coyote Drive-In that's a cool name. A shutdown theater turned its parking lot into a drive-in and sold out every movie. Oh, so a theater that was in business, like you go in and watch movies like normal, since they're closed, they just put a screen outside. And this is in Schertz, Texas. If I was saying that right, SCHERTZ, Schertz, Texas.
I'll give it to the English major.
I don't know what you're eating, but it smells great. He's over there eating dinner. Let's see.
Shepherd's pie.
Evo Entertainment movie theater in Schertz, Texas has converted one of its parking lot into a temporary drive-in theater. This is from Forbes, actually. And the company painted the exterior wall of their movie theater with high-grain white paint so they could project the film onto the side of their building. That is freaking cool. And of course, like we said, they're using AM/FM radios to broadcast it, which would suck because my car will not pick up AM radio to save its life.
Can you quickly send that to me in a messenger?
Yeah, and its decision was to create a parking lot drive-in has worked like gangbusters. They opened it March 27th, and every screening has been sold out, all showtimes through April 3rd. That's pretty freaking clever, I think, of this movie theater. And then I'm going to Google Map, where is Schertz, Texas, 1 second. Oh, I'm being distracted by pictures of food on Facebook from my friend, and it's just evil.
And then it doesn't help that I have something delicious that smells.
I don't want what you have, but it smells good. I'll Shirts, Texas. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know. Let's see. Where is... Oh, if this is right, it's between New Braunfels and San Antonio? If I have this correct. Yeah. It's mostly crowdy, 75 degrees right there in Shirts.
Mostly crowdy?
It's mostly crowdy. Yeah, it's inside the 46 loop.
Excuse me.
Looks like there's like 3 loops around San Antonio.
Yeah, you've got your loop 410 and then loop 1604, which they used to call it the Death Loop.
Yeah, and then there's a bigger one that is made up of different number highways that goes around Bernie, New Braunfels,
right.
Seguin,
something
sort of.
For something or
Yeah, Stockdale, Floresville, Pleasanton, Divine, Hondo, and Bandera.
We've been that way before.
That is hill country, Bernie, Bandera. That is something to see. I mean, I'm sure mountains are more impressive. I've seen those too, but just to see that kind of terrain in Texas. Texas is amazing. Just as the geography, how it can change from being flat and dusty with short, scrubby trees to a tropical paradise to a desert to these rivers and really cool mountainous, hilly. It's just like everything you could want for your geography is here. So yeah, so I'll send you this link. But yeah, this is cool. This company, Evo Entertainment in Shirts, Texas, said it's been a difficult time for everyone. So we made it our goal to find a way to spread positivity within our community while sharing in the responsibility of social distancing during this crisis. That is from the Evo Entertainment Group CEO, Mitchell Roberts. He told this to Forbes magazine or Forbes website. So they launched the drive-in by showing evening screenings of Spider-Man Homecoming. Cool. All screenings were free. And spots at the drive-in had to be reserved ahead of time. The showtimes begin at dusk, and they scheduled films so it finishes by 10 p.m. so you're not out late, because there was a curfew at the time for the town.
Right.
Back in March, things were really strict, So they were making money by providing food options from the theater kitchen. So how they were making money is like the cinema is taking civic measures to ensure health of its patrons. It gave the opportunity to order menu items from the kitchen. And they had custom mobile ordering interface that they built just for this. This company went all out. The payments were made through the app. No cash was accepted. When the orders were made, the employees equipped with the gloves would just go to the car door and, like they do at Sonic. They're planning more showtimes. The turnout's been consistent. And they're going to show Top Gun in Greece. And they have a website. You could go check them out. That's Evo Entertainment in
I had
Shirts,
imagined
Texas.
it's kind of a novelty for the younger generation because they've never experienced staying in their car and watching a movie like that.
I would love to stay in my car and live my life here in my car. Will you visit me,
Anyway,
please?
I went ahead and shared it to the Space Cadets who like Spaceboy Universe,
Cool.
so you could check that out there. And
we've got a new person in our chat.
oh, we do.
Yeah.
Well, howdy, new person.
So hello, welcome. So it would be difficult to do that here in Houston, I imagine, but
Hold on
maybe
just a second.
Katie
Space
they could
Cadets,
do it.
if you could answer Lewis's question and fill them in all the blanks, we sure would appreciate it.
Thank you, Space Cadets. I think Katie would be a great place for them to maybe even do a temp drive-in theater like that if they want to paint their wall or something. If you don't want to build a new construction and try to invest on money in something you're not sure will fly. I think that this was a great, brilliant business decision. Like, let's just use what we have. We can keep our employees employed by making the food. And offering maybe concierge.
I would imagine that it's a low-cost startup.
Yeah, so all you have to do is they had to build an app, then they had to paint the wall, and they probably had to pay money for advertising to let people know. So it's just probably But it looks like the return on the investment has really, it's probably saved their business, so I think that's very, very cool. I'm pleased that this happened, but I would say, hey, go out there and do your own internet search to see if there are drive-in theaters anywhere in your state. Maybe if you have to drive to a drive-in theater, it might be worth it. You never know. I would love to experience one.
Which leads into the other thing about, are we witnessing the end of the movie theater?
Well, it's fascinating because it depends on if people want to take a chance to be around other people without PPE. I don't know what the protocol is going to be when we start doing this, but the cost of going to the theater, it was so phenomenal. It's like, do you want to bother to get ready, drive there? You don't have to buy all that stuff there,
Here, let's use an example. The movie Trolls did phenomenal on pay-per-view. Not when I say pay-per-view, it's more Amazon. You rent the movie. You pay to
stream it, yeah.
You stream it. You rent it. The movie did well because let's factor this in. Let's say, and I know you love kids. Let's say you're a family that's got 2 or 3 kids, right?
God bless you.
You take that bunch of group to the theater. You're going to end up spending ticket money, which is around $20. In addition to that, you're looking at spending for snacks, and like a drink alone is like a couple dollars. And if you're like me, you get a small bag of popcorn, maybe a pickle to turn you off, and some candy to chow down with the popcorn, because you got to mix the chocolate with the popcorn. It's just a must-have. And so by the time it's all said and done, you spent almost $100.
Yeah, but you don't have to do that. It's not like it's mandatory.
You don't have to, but you're gonna look at your kid's eyes and say, no, you can't have any candy and all that good stuff. That defeats the purpose if you're going to a movie that they want to see and stuff. So
it just depends on, do you want to keep up that business model, or stay
Which,
home where you can control your environment?
You can pause it, take your urination breaks and all that stuff, and
now you can do watch parties online. If they will keep that going, that would be amazing. I think maybe we should try to do a Spaceboy Universe watch party with maybe Netflix or something.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if Space Cadets you're into that.
I brought it to Surlana's attention this evening that maybe we could do some kind of watch party and then have the chat going and talk and watch a movie together. I think that sounds pretty cool. What do y'all think?
We'll see if that's doable. We just have to find something that's acceptable to watch. Maybe something space themed. I don't know. But yeah. So I would love to experience a drive-in theater. I'm not going to give up hope. Well, maybe somebody will come some, but I do prefer watching things at home, like first-run movies at home. If that's something, I know you like to buy the movie and keep it.
Yeah, I factor in, if the movie's like $10, then I'll go ahead and buy it, just for the simple fact
that... The problem is movies are rarely $10.
Well, there's movies out there that, I watch Amazon and wait for the prices to drop.
Oh, okay.
And so when I see a movie, like for example, I just bought the Matrix trilogy along with the Animatrix.
Cool.
They were like $7 a pop. And so I thought, that was well worth it, and now I know that Netflix has the Matrix on right now, but now I have it a part of my library so that when it goes off of the Netflix, I'll still be able to watch it without having to pay for it. And
so we do a watch party. I will research how to do it, and I will put instructions on the Spaceboy Universe website. Which
Surlana also promises that she'll pop the popcorn.
Yeah, you won't know about it, but what was I gonna say? Now the thing about going to a theater and having expensive snacks, popcorn, and beverages, that's been around for a while now. Because back in the 90s, late 80s, my friend Holly and I from back home, we would go get the biggest purse we could find. This is before they said, you couldn't bring in this, that, and the other, with the theater. with the things that have happened in theaters over the last few years with you know the shooties, but this is back before all people went insane. We would get the largest purse we could and empty out the stuff we carry daily, and we would go to somewhere like Walmart or the dollar store, and we would load up on cheap candy and snacks. And we would buy beverages. Sometimes we would buy a beverage there. Sometimes we just get popcorn, and we would bring in a bottled cold beverage from the store. And that's how we got around it, because they didn't check your purse. You know, they still don't. Especially if you have a chicken purse, that really confuses them. So they don't bother looking in it. Is it a purse? Is it a toy?
I guess they get alarmed when you start smelling like McDonald's or something like that.
Possibly. But before they all shut down, the theater closest to us is in a mall. The mall was closed. They had just started selling alcohol. They had something else.
Trying to bring in new
They were
customers.
bringing in slightly more varieties of snack items. They were bringing in...
But the thing is, Alamo Draft House was already doing stuff like that.
And then they just changed the seats to the
the
luxury recliners.
Yeah.
That were electric luxury recliners where you can, you know, pretty much how we watch movies at home, the same way in our recliners. But yeah. But that same bag of candy, like you would go up to get your beverages and popcorn and whatever, and they have the aisles divided by like drink. You could pull a drink out and pay for it, and they had like snack bags like, you know, Cheez-Its and candy. That same bag is like probably $2 cheaper at the actual store than what they're charging for it.
In fact, if you go down the candy aisle, they got the little box candy that you get exactly at the theater.
Walmart has like the box theater candy. HEB has the movie theater candy in a box. So if you're just wanting to make that experience, that's like I was saying in chat, the only thing I would miss about going to the actual theater is Riff Tracks live streaming, although they could easily do that over the internet for sure, and have people pay for, you know, a watch party. So while they could do that on Twitch, they could do that on DLive. Have you heard all the flack PewDiePie has been getting?
For what this time?
He's announced he's going to now exclusively live stream on YouTube. And people are... Anything he does, people go crazy.
Right. I kind of caught that earlier today while you were napping. And I was like, what's this all about? What is he up to, you know? And
I just like to point out you were napping too, so don't stop with that passive-aggressive talk.
I took a shorter nap than you did.
Well, somebody woke me up at 8:30 to go grocery shopping, so on a Saturday, which is sacred. So I deserved that nap.
I like it when we have this argument. You know, if you'd actually, you know, were gun-ho at it on Fridays, we wouldn't have to worry about the 8 a.m. wake-up call.
You didn't say anything about it on Fridays.
No, you gave me the snooty look, and...
you said you just wanted to talk about it. I said, well, I've already written something down, and then that was the end of it.
And you see, that's the end of it right there. See, you know, there's no discussion. You just like, that's the end of it.
Well, you understand why. I just went through this whole spiel at the beginning of this broadcast about how going to the grocery store gives me terrible, debilitating anxiety. And we can't avoid it. We have to go because they've suspended delivery and curbside for a while.
Well, it's just like that lady that accosted me the other day at the store where I had passed some gas, and she said, "Man, you're disgusting." And I said, "Well, one, I've forgotten the punchline for this joke, but it was something to the effect that, one, I think your mask is not working, and two, you're too close." There you go. There's the punchline. Dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, people don't say anything, but you can tell they're a little judgy and temperamental. The only thing that we've been out, like I said, we've been to two places. We've either been to Walmart or we've been to HEB. That's our local grocery store chain, HEB. And Walmart is very different environment. There's like, we want you to do this, but nobody's going around looking and see if everything's happening like they want it, right? But while we were in there, I saw my first. Basically, it's like a large Roomba. It was an automatic floor cleaner, and it was running by itself up and down an aisle, like the kind you sit on, like a buffer, like a floor buffer, like a Zamboni almost. And it was like locked, where they had straps so you couldn't like jump on it and sit in,
Right.
and it was just running by itself. I was like, that is so freaking cool. It's just a glorified Roomba, but I don't know, for some reason that tickled me.
Well, I had seen, I don't know what I was watching at the time, but I saw something. It could have been Cinnamon Toast Ken and Duff
Buff
talking
Pro.
about, the Buff Pro, and talking about something, and they had it was a Walmart. It could have been people at Walmart.
Yeah.
And it showed one of those things running without a person controlling it. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I just read that an airport, I think maybe in Philadelphia, if I'm getting this right, is going to start using robots, autonomous robots, to do like floor cleaning and some other stuff there. I don't know if that should be fascinated by that, or that's cool, or like who are they putting out of a job? But I don't know. I don't know where I fall on the morality of that, but I thought, there's some jobs that would be very good for robots. It's just, I think it's more AI that I'm upset about. And I would like to take a moment to pause and do a plug. If you're looking for free, quality, awesome music, please visit spaceboymusic.com, where you can preview and download MP3 files for free to enjoy and and share with grandma and the family. All we ask is, if you hear something you like and you want to use it in a personal project or a commercial project, please give Spaceboy a holler at spaceboy@spaceboyuniverse.com, and he will work something out for you that you can use some of his music commercially, or in your PowerPoint project for your college homework, so you can get an A. He's very good about that. He's still making music now. He just completed some soundtrack work for a local production for this group up in Vermont for their sci-fi live action trilogy. So if maybe you want to work with Spaceboy, maybe you need music, maybe you need a soundtrack, maybe you need some audio work.
It's clear that Surlana's working hard for her hamburger after the show. So.
I've been promised that someone's going to take me to Burger King after this broadcast, so I'm trying to earn it. So yeah, go to spaceboymusic.com. Free downloads for you to enjoy and listen to. Do contact him if you think you might have a use for his music, personally or commercially.
Well, Surlana, I'm glad you brought that up, because I've been watching quite a few videos lately of people who have been getting copyright strikes on YouTube.
My gosh.
And you've got
it's bad.
These different companies trying to.
But it's also individual YouTubers going after other YouTubers as well.
True, and this is a great opportunity if you've got some kind of YouTube action going on and you need some classy music for your show that's not going to be copyright strike. Go right to the musician himself. Most of my music I don't charge. It's basically kind of hey, just put out the hey, where you got the music from, and just Spaceboy at spaceboymusic.com, and then just promote it. Play it loud, as I always say. But that's the pitch for Spaceboy Music. I am working on new music. Go to the site, you could see the new album is called 2020, and there's some album cover art there already for the album that's going to be produced. And so go ahead and give it a try, and share it, play it loud, and I know there's a third
it's a
thing.
good pitch.
Yeah, So there you go.
Yeah.
All right, cadets. I know this is an hour-long show tonight, but we're going to build up to where we used to be 3 hours, and join us next week, we promise. Headaches or bone aches aside, we will be here next week.
We're going into hurricane season now.
So, and hey, we broadcasted live through the hurricane when it came through. Remember
we sure
that?
did, and then the days later, when it was all over and done, that's when we lost everything.
Yeah, but at least everybody got a show out of the hurricane. So, you know, join if you know anybody that's interested in listening to the show, Space Cadets, bring them on in. We like to welcome Lewis to the group and hope that you will turn in to us next week, Lewis, where we'll have a pretty exciting show again.
We'll start building back up to longer shows here.
Yeah, we normally do a 3-hour show, but
maybe we should scare us up a guest again.
Yeah, I was thinking that, you know. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Preston Dennett. It's his birthday today.
Oh, Preston Dennett.
So I sent him a happy birthday thing from space. And one of our space cadets, Guinevere from Canada, her birthday is today. Happy birthday, Guinevere. I just like saying that name. It's cool. As far as names
sure
go.
It's not Genevieve, is it?
I might be saying it wrong.
Genevieve is kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Honestly. But you have a penchant for slightly
changing
mispronouncing things. So.
Muffin is wonderful, and that's the.
She continues to be loud and demanding.
Yes, and so, but it's all good in the neighborhood. We really appreciate you guys, and continue to be safe out there. And let's cue up the outro music and watch the thing.
There's something to watch?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's watch the thing.
Spaceboy Universe is hosted by Spaceboy and Surlana. Executive producer is Surlana. Associate producer is Leanne Cordes. Music production is Spaceboy of SpaceboyMusic.com. Special thanks goes out to Leanne K, K28, Dino, Solars Blue Raven, Patrick Sporer, Bob and Beverly N. This has been Spaceboy Universe production. Support the universe by exploring Spaceboy Universe with Spaceboy and Surlana. Sweet dreams, Space Cadets.